There we go. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me again on this Tuesday morning. So, yes, just a quick recap of some of the things I mentioned at the beginning of last week, just in case there's anyone new here joining us today. So, my name's Helen. Really happy to be here with you all and throughout the next 6 months doing this seated movement on a Tuesday morning. And please do give me some feedback if you want to, how you found it, any bits that you would like to do a little bit more of, or anything perhaps that you found particularly challenging. But please do take responsibility for yourself and your own movement as we go through. With so many of us online, I can't see you all individually really well, especially when I'm sat back there. So please do just bear that in mind and take responsibility for yourself. And if we are doing anything that doesn't feel comfortable, doesn't feel right for you, then just please don't do it. You can always return to your natural breath at any time. And as we go more over the next 6 months, I'll explain more and more about the breath and how that really supports how we feel. It supports us when we're in pain and in discomfort. And so even sitting in your chair and working with your breath is actually profoundly supportive and healing for the body, as well as any movement that we may be able to do. So if you ever feel that you're in that space where you just need to sit and breathe, know that that's absolutely okay. And actually, you're doing really good things for your body and your mind. So yeah, these sessions are going to be recorded. Hopefully, I've set the view up now, so it should just be me big on the screen when it's recorded. So they will be sent out, or I think they're going to actually be put on a YouTube channel, but Sophie will have more information about that. I mentioned last week about music, so if you want to have a bit of music going whilst we're doing the practice together, which is what I would do if we were in person, then please do that. You can obviously select whatever music you enjoy. And yeah, we will hopefully get to know each other a bit over these next 6 months. And if anyone is here today and hasn't filled out the form or didn't get the form, please let us know and I'll make sure you get the form, and please do fill it out because it just really helps me to be able to support you. Lovely. Okay. So when you are ready, we will get going. So I'm going to move back to the chair. All right, Ray, nice to see you this morning. Lovely to see some of you with your cameras on, which is great. But if that's not comfortable for you, that's okay too. So don't let that put you off or anything. Right, can those that can see, I've got cameras on, can we just have a thumbs up? You can see me and hear me okay? Yeah, wonderful. Okay, so thank you. Lovely. So yeah, let's get going. So we're just going to start our practice together today, just taking a little moment to arrive here. Okay, because sometimes it could, up to this point, you might have had a busy morning, you might have had lots of things sort of going on, if physically or in the mind, of things you need to get done and remember and that sort of thing. So it's just really nice sometimes when we come to this practice to just take that little moment to pause, so that actually we can arrive in this space together without our heads still whizzing around, and it may still do that, and that's okay. So we're just going to really feel the ground underneath our feet. So whether you've got socks on or shoes on or bare feet, just gently pressing the feet into the ground. I'm just going to make sure I am recording, but I'll just double check. Yes. Please let me know if anyone ever notices that I'm not recording. So yes, pressing those feet into the ground. And when we do this, can we really notice how that feels? So we're just bringing ourselves back into our body a little bit more now. So how does it feel as we gently press the feet into whatever surface is beneath us? Perhaps we notice the temperature of the feet, the texture of any fabric. And then whilst we're here, we're just going to take a few deep breaths. So you can breathe in through the nose. And then you can either breathe out through the nose or the mouth, up to you. Take another nice deep breath in. Nice big breath out. One more like this, breathing in and breathing out, letting that breath go. Nice. And then let's just have a little wiggle of these shoulders. We'll come back to them again in a moment, but just have a little stretch through the body and just do here whatever feels good for you, whatever you feel you need. I'm just going to move the camera back slightly, so hopefully you can. Nice. Just having a little stretch here in your own time. There we go. Nice. Lovely. Lovely. So let those arms go. Give it a little wiggle, a little shuffle. And we're going to bring the awareness back down to our feet. So just pressing them now into the floor. We might actually just start to walk a little bit on the spot. Just waking these feet up a little bit. And you can do this quite gently, or you can do it a lot more, up to you. Obviously, we've only just started, so we're just getting warmed up. So take it at your own pace. Lovely. And then let the feet become still again. Press them into the floor. And we're just going to start to feel the awareness sort of coming up through the legs. So just notice our legs now being held and being supported by our chair. So having a little shuffle here. I'm going to take my fleece off. Have a little shuffle. Feeling nice and held and supported by the chair beneath you. And then coming up to the crown of our head. So just very gently lengthening up through the crown of the head. So we still want to be comfortable. We don't want to feel like we're sitting up super straight, but just finding that little bit of length. Yeah, really nice, everyone. And then we're going to come back to these shoulders. So take a nice big breath in and roll those shoulders back and down. And again, just do this as much as feels good for you. If we've got any pain in the shoulders, we're going to be really mindful of that and move really gently so that we don't cause any pain or discomfort. If they're just feeling a little bit stiff and tight, which also doesn't feel nice, but we're not in pain. So if they're feeling that stiffness, that discomfort, just give them this time now to just really give them a nice roll. And perhaps the shoulders are feeling fine this morning, so that's great too. Lovely. So taking these shoulders backwards, and as we do this, really lifting them up towards the ears, and we can start to use those arms now as well if you want to. And again, with the arms, you can lift them as much or as little as you want. So we might keep it here, moving the shoulders, or we might really make the movement larger, depending on what you need. And as we start to take our arms out, if we are, and we're using more of the arm, we're probably going to feel it even more in our shoulders, because our shoulders are now also taking the weight of our arms. Lovely. Let's do 2 more like that. So whatever size circle you are doing, but really moving these shoulders. Lovely, everyone. Let those arms come down. Give them all a little shake. And then we're going to go the other way. So moving the shoulders now forwards. And how does this feel? Sometimes we don't really get to stop and notice how things like our shoulders are feeling until we really take that time, and then we might be pleasantly surprised, or we might be feeling, oh goodness, they're really crunchy, they're feeling a bit stiff. That's okay. We're just getting to know what these shoulders feel like this morning. And then again, this way, if you want to bring those arms in as well, again, this is going to make it feel like a little bit stronger in the shoulders. Nice. And then if you want to really extend those arms out, how does that feel? If that feels too much, we're going to bring it back in. So, as I said at the beginning, do what feels right for you. Nice, everyone. A few more here. I'm definitely feeling this in my shoulders. One more. Lovely. Let that go. And again, have a nice little shake, a little stretch. Just start to notice how the body's feeling this morning. Lovely. Coming back to center, and then we're going to bring the arms down by the side of the body and just turn your palms to face me. So we're just getting this slightly different movement in the shoulders. Come back to the feet, give them a little stamp here, little as much as if you really want to go for it, you can. If you want to keep it a bit lighter, then do so. So we're just getting that awareness back in the feet again. Let the feet become still. And now we're going to inhale, take the arms up. So we're breathing in as we reach up, really stretching up here. And then exhale back down. Really nice. Inhale, breathing in. Lovely. Exhale down. Now see how this feels. If you want to, you can really reach those fingers. Really, really stretch. If that feels too much, we're going to keep it softer. Okay, so do what you need. One more like this. Inhale, take a nice breath in through the nose. And then lovely breath out through the nose or the mouth. Nice, everyone. Really nice. Give those shoulders another little roll. And the reason that we also work with the breath as much as what we do is because it's really settling for our nervous system. So like I say, if you're in any sort of discomfort or pain, or the mind feels busy, the breath really helps just to calm everything down. So that's why we are really going to build awareness of the breath over the next 6 months. Right, from here, we're going to start in a moment to do a few little twists in the body. So we're now working with this bit here, okay? So when we do the twist, I'll show you in a moment. We're going to inhale, take the arms up, and then exhale round to the left. So when we do this, we're not just yanking around with our shoulder, we're moving this whole center. And it doesn't matter if we don't go very far around, but we want to move from here rather than here. I hope that makes sense. So we'll sort of repeat these things as we go through. But we just want to bring this awareness. So it's this twisting movement, which can become quite difficult sometimes. So we're just bringing that awareness back. Okay, so we're here on the left. Take a few breaths here. And then we're going to do a nice inhale, stretch those arms back up. This time we're going to go to the right. So I know I probably look opposite to you because I'm on the camera. So this time that right side, we're gently twisting that torso. Again, just do what feels right for you. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, round to the left. Nice. Inhale, arms up. Stretch, stretch, stretch if you want to. Exhale, round to the right. We're going to do this one more time on each side. So inhale, arms up. Stretching through the body. Exhale to the left. Inhale, arms up. Stretching up here. Exhale, round to the right. Nice, everyone. And then when you're ready, coming back to center. And if it feels too much, so I know I'm guiding the breathing and the moving, if it feels too much to do both, please know that's okay. As we get the hang of it more as the weeks go on, we'll be able to put them together. But if you want to just do just the breathing or just the moving, that's absolutely fine. So now we're going to continue with this sort of rotation movement, but we're going to reach with our arm, okay? So reaching to the right side with that left arm, coming back through center, and then reach through to the left side with the right arm. And again, as we reach, we're really noticing this bit. So this is where we're finding this twist. We're not just staying here and just going with the arm, because that's probably just going to pull us a bit on the back. So can we ever so slightly reach round also with the torso? Again, it doesn't matter how far we reach round. And as we do this, just make sure that you're keeping nice and grounded down through the legs. So we don't sort of want to end up lifting up like this. Okay, we want to keep the bottom half of us nice and stuck to the chair. So again, it's this torso bit that we're moving. Nice, everyone. Really, really nice. And these bits that I'm sharing are just little tips of how to do it. So if you're doing it slightly differently, don't think that you're doing it wrong or anything like that. The best thing is that you are here, you are doing something, whether it's moving, whether it's breathing, and we'll learn together as we go through the weeks. Nice, everyone. Let's do one more on each side. Lovely. And then come back to center. Give everything a little shake, little wiggle, little stretch. So as you started to move now, you might think, oh, actually, I can feel this bit of my body is a bit tight, or this bit feels like it needs a stretch. So keep that in mind. And as we go through, just see if you can give those bits an extra stretch. So now we're going to wiggle forwards on to our chair a little bit. We're going to do our seated cat-cows. So in a moment, I will turn to the side and show you what they look like from the side. But the front view is, we're going to start with the hands on the legs. We inhale, we're going to lift up through the crown of the head. We lift up through our chest a little bit and we reach our hands forwards. And then we breathe out and we round the spine. We tuck the chin to the chest. And if you want to, you can reach back with the arms. So from the side, we inhale, reach those hands forward. And then we exhale, round the spine. Okay, inhale, we come up. Exhale, we come back. Lovely, nice, everyone. So keep going at your own pace. Inhale, so we lift up, really lifting through this chest, if that's okay for you. And then exhale, coming back. If it's too much to use the arms, we don't have to use the arms. We can just use the spine. So this is what this is doing. It's really supporting our spines, keeping our spines nice and healthy. Now as we lift up. Nice, everyone. Taking a few more breaths here. Reaching with those fingers when we're going that way and really stretching the arms back. Yeah, let's do one more. So hands on the legs. Inhale, reaching forwards. Exhale, coming back. Stretching here through the hands, through the fingers. Lovely, really nice. Let that go. Give everything another little shake. Little stretch. Okay. So we're going to do now a few little forward folds. Now, if anyone feels a little bit lightheaded or maybe has low blood pressure, we're not going to bring the head right down. We might stay more here, okay? I'm not always sure if you can hear me when I drop my head right down, so sorry if the sound drops out a little bit. But yes, if you've got low blood pressure or you feel dizzy when you do this sort of thing, keep your head lifted up, okay? So a few different ways we're going to do this. We can start with the hands on the legs. We can let those hands guide us forward as we make our way down just to a point that feels good for you. Remember, if we feel lightheaded, we're going to stay up here, or we can go down here, and then pressing through the feet engaging those legs and the glutes to lift you back up. Nice. And then if you want to, we can stretch the arms above the head. Yeah. So this is the second one we're going to do. We're going to start this time here if you want to. So reach those arms up and then draw them down the body, down to the legs, reaching forwards, coming down if that feels okay for you. If not, we're going to keep lifted up here. And then when you're ready, press through the legs, press through the feet to bring yourself back up. Nice, everyone. Let's do that again. So start here, reaching up. Now we've been keeping the hands quite close to the body, which you can do, or you can go a bit more like a forward fold. So you're reaching forwards and taking those arms down to find that stretch. Okay? Pressing through the feet, engaging through the legs to lift yourself back up. So this is quite a big lift really, and we might feel this in our lower back. If it feels too much with the arms up, we're going to keep them low, okay, like this. That's going to give a little bit more support to the lower back if we need it. Coming back up. And as we do this sort of movement, we might really start to feel that engagement in the tummy. Yeah, nice, everyone. Let's do one more all together. So wherever you are, whether you're using the arms or not, we're going to reach up. Nice, everyone. And then exhale down into this nice and slow and controlled forward fold. Yeah, really nice. We're going to keep our head up if we need to. Press through the feet, engage through the legs, lifting yourself back up. Really nice, everyone. Take those arms wide. Wonderful. And when we move really slow and controlled like that, it's actually really hard because we're really having to engage those muscles to support us to move. So I hope that felt okay. Please let me know if not, or if it is. So let's come back to these arms now. We're going to come to the legs in a moment, but we'll do a bit more of the arms. So this time, and actually I'm going to come down here so you can all see me. So this time we're going to interlace our fingers. So this is really working now with all the little muscles, the bones and everything in our hands, supporting with our fine motor movements. So we're just going to draw these fingers in and out. Yeah, nice, everyone. Really nice. Now, if we've got the elbows lifted, as well as the hands working, the shoulders are really working. So if it feels too much on the shoulders, we can always drop those elbows down. That's going to take a little bit of the weight out of the shoulders and focus on the hands, and that's absolutely fine. If you want to work the shoulders, we're going to keep those elbows up. Nice. So what we're going to do now is pause the hands. We're going to draw them apart and then swap them over. So the other index finger goes on the top. So this is always a little brain workout to get the brain to change things over, because often we do things that are the most comfortable the first time. So when we try and ask the body or the brain to do something the other way or a little bit different, it has a moment where it goes, what am I doing? Or mine does anyway. Yours might be fine. So yeah, doing the other way now. Really nice, everyone. If it gets too much on the shoulders, we drop those elbows. It's just going to take it out of the shoulders. If you want to keep working those shoulders, keep those elbows lifted. Really nice. We're going to take 3 breaths whilst we do this. So nice breath in, long breath out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more, breathing in and breathing out. Nice, everyone. Let those arms go. Give them a really good shake. I'm definitely feeling that in my shoulders. Lovely. Give it all a good shake. Right then, I'm going to go back onto the chair. So coming down now, back to these feet, okay? Let's have another little stomp with the legs. Now, like I say, you can Lift up those knees a little bit more if you want, and get those arms involved and elbows if you really want to do some nice walking on the spot. Really good for our bones when we make this slightly heavier contact with the feet and our bone density. If this feels too much, we are here, okay? So always do what feels right for you. If we're getting those arms involved as well, just going to slightly elevate our heart rate. We are going to do our nice little bit of dancing in a little bit, a few minutes of it, which really gets our heart rate up and just supports with that heart health. But we're going to do it at everyone's own pace and in your own time. Nice. So just a few more moments here. Really, really go for it if you want to. See how this feels. How does it feel if we take those arms a little bit more? How does it feel if we lift those knees a little bit higher? But keep it within your range of what feels comfortable for you. Lovely. Right, let that go. We're going to take it back down a little bit now. So we're going to come forwards and back now with the feet. I'm going to take my socks off just so you can see my feet a little bit better. It's funny, but on Zoom, you have to try and choose clothes that match, that stand out, that contrast. So with this top, I know I'm blending in a little bit to the chair, so I might have to wear a lighter one next week. Right, so with these movements, so we're coming up onto the toes. Just going to move that down slightly. So we are coming up onto the toes, side view. That's going to start to work the backs of our legs. Yeah, so up and back. So as we lift, working the backs of our legs and also just starting to work the fronts of our legs as well. Nice. Let those feet become still, and now we're going to wiggle those toes. So get these toes nice and wiggly. Our toes are so integral for our balance, for supporting us as we move throughout our day. So just see if you can open the toes up and spread them out a little bit more. Lovely. Then we're going to come to the ankles. So almost like windscreen wipers here with the ankles. You can keep the legs down, or if you want to work the legs more as well, we're going to lift those legs and get those feet doing a few circles. You can do one leg at a time if you want to. So whatever feels right for you. Feet on the floor, both feet up, or one at a time. If you're doing one at a time, just change from one to the other so you get a chance to do both. There we go, nice. And perhaps as you're doing this, you're just starting to feel these muscles here on the tops of the legs. Don't know what my feet are doing. One goes in one direction, the other goes in another one. So this is also good for our neuro pathways to try and encourage our feet to go where we want them to. Lovely. And then bring that down. So we sort of were doing a bit of wiggles and movements and circles. Now we're going to lift them and do one way and then the other. So a bit more windscreen wipers this time. Again, we can be doing this on the floor if you want to. Okay, nice. Then point the toes towards me and then lift them up to the sky. So we're pointing and flexing the feet. So again, we can do this on the floor or lifted or one at a time. To see what you need. Nice. Now we're also going to introduce the arms. Okay, so we're doing this with the feet. Oh, it's going to probably give me, I'm going to give myself a thumbs up now because my hands are up. Zoom gives me a thumbs up. So we are going to point and flex these feet. The hands are pressed towards me, or you can do the same as you're doing with the feet. So again, a little bit of workout for our brain as well as our bodies. But this is great for our those smaller muscles and bones and joints in our ankles and our wrists. And then we're going to come up and we're going to do a little wave with the feet, wave with the hands. Yeah, nice, everyone. Take a few more breaths here. Lovely. And then let it all come down. Give them a little shake. There we go. Have a little wiggle. So now we're just going to hold that stretch for a moment. So I'll show you it on the front view, then I'll show you the side, and then we'll come back and we'll do it together. So I'm just going to show you first. So you can either keep your feet on the floor with the toes pointed up and press the hands away, or you can lift those legs up. So this is what it looks like. If we were looking on the side, you're either keeping the feet on the floor, hands up, or you're lifting them up like this. So we want to keep this nice straight line between the the spine and the crown of the head. Okay, so let's do that together now. So either keep those feet on the floor or lift them up. Lengthen up through the spine and the crown of the head. We're going to take 3 breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more, breathing in, breathing out. Nice, everyone. Let that go. Give that a little stretch. Do what you need. And then we're going to do one more thing before we come into our little bit of dancing. So just going to have a little bit of a stretch, sort of either through the knees or through the hips. So you might want to shuffle forwards onto your chair, hold the side of the chair, feet about hip distance, and then we can either do this, so almost doing some windscreen wipers with the knees, or depending on your chair, I probably should have said as well, you need a nice solid chair that's gonna don't go sitting on one of those desk chairs with the what's it called? The wheels. You'll be whizzing around all over the place, which could be fun. But if you want to, you can drop one leg down a little bit more and then the other. But just see how this feels in your body. If anyone's got a tender lower back, then for now I would stick with this one. Okay, but this just gives a little bit more stretch in the glutes, stretch down the legs. But take your time. Again, this is one to do nice and slow and steady so that we're really feeling the stretch. And actually where I'm doing this one, I've took my feet quite a lot wider actually, because I need that sort of wider stance to support me with this stretch. So we might all do this stretch slightly differently. That's absolutely okay. Lovely. Let's do one more on each side. And then coming back to centre. Lovely. Nice, everyone. Take your time to come back. So for anyone that wasn't here last week, what we're going to do now is for a couple of minutes, I'm going to time us, we're going to just move a little bit quicker to get that heart rate going. But again, please do it within what feels good for you. So you can call it dancing, you can call it faster movement, call it whatever you want. If anyone's got a more funky song or a faster song that you want to put on where you are in your wherever you're doing this from, then feel free, get yourself going with a bit of music. If you want to just sit in your chair and just do a bit of the movement, that's absolutely okay. But what we're going to do, we'll get started in 5 seconds, and we're just going to move the legs and move the arms. So we're going to start in whatever way feels good for you, okay? This really doesn't matter how we're moving. We are just moving to get that heart rate up. So we're going to move a little bit quicker than we were. And the more we take our arms up, the more it's just going to gently increase that heart rate. You can have them to the side, you can take them wide. Like I said, it really doesn't matter. And if I was with you in person, I would play some nice funky song right now to really get us going, whether we're singing, whether we're, whatever you're doing. So I do a seated movement class on a Monday in Bideford. If anyone's interested, let me know. It's a lovely, lovely group of people. And we have some nice gentle movement through through the rest of the movement. And then when we get to this bit, each week, a different person selects a song. So we have everyone recommends a song, and then we dance to it for a few minutes, and we just get the heart rate up, and it's really fun. We do singing, sing along, and dance along. So any of you are welcome to come along. It's a Monday morning in Bideford, but yeah, we have a lot of fun. Oh, nice. I can definitely feel it. Nice, everyone. 30 more seconds. And as the weeks go on, we might build this bit up a little bit. Again, just as we get more used to it, we're able to expand what we can do a little bit more. Oh, my arms are really aching. So if yours are, 10 more seconds. I'm there with you with achy arms. Ready, and there we go. Nice, everyone. Oh, just let those arms come back down. Yeah, have a little wiggle. And again, just notice how did you feel? Like we're all going to have different levels of fitness here, and that's absolutely okay. So did you feel like you could have kept going? Did you feel like no, that absolutely was enough? How did your heart rate feel? If we put our hand on our heart, well, I'm sure we'll be able to feel it going a bit quicker. Mine definitely is. I also felt that, like I said, a lot in my shoulders. So there's different ways that we can feel this movement. Okay, let's take three nice breaths together. So do a nice breath in, long breath out. Really breathe out through the mouth here. So we might purse the lips like this as if we're breathing out through a straw. So breathing in, long breath out. Just slowing that heart rate back down again. Nice. One more, breathing in, long breath out. Really nice, everyone. Okay, we've got the last 5 minutes, so we're just going to go into a few more gentle stretches. So, right leg, we're going to bend that right leg and stretch out through that left leg in some way that feels good for you, okay? If it's not comfortable to stretch this leg, we can keep it bent. Do what you need. Then we're going to reach those arms out wide. So my right arm is over my right leg, my left arm is back behind, and I'm going to look over my right hand. Take a few breaths here. So keeping those arms nice and still. Nice, everyone. And then if you want to, we're just going to move forwards and back a few times. So again, we're working with that torso stretch a little bit. So keep those arms lengthened if you can. If this feels too much, you can stay static. You don't have to move. Nice. One more. Coming back to center. Now we're going to drop our left arm down and our right arm goes up. Yeah, really nice. So reach up through the fingertips on that right hand. Then we're going to change the arms over. So drop the right arm down, reach up with the left arm. Then bring that left arm down. Our right arm now is just going to come onto that right leg in some way. So just gently lean. And then we might just take a little lean to the right. So this is giving me a stretch on my left. So we're leaning to the right. If you want to, you can also use your arm. So that left arm is just going to create a bit more stretch. If that feels too much, we're going to keep this left arm down. Take a breath. Breathing in. Breathe in. Nice, everyone. Let's bring that back up. Come back to center. Gently draw those legs in. So this time we are going to bend the left knee. We are going to stretch out through this right leg. Okay, so find whatever position feels good for you. If we want to keep both legs bent, that's absolutely fine. Reach through those arms, looking over that left hand. Take a few breaths. And then we're going to start to move forwards and back again, only if you want to. This stretch is lovely by itself if we keep still. Or we can just reach forwards and back. Taking nice, gentle breaths. Then come back to center. We're going to drop that right arm down by our side. Take that left arm up. Yeah, really nice. Stretching up here with that left arm. Then we're going to swap those arms over. So bring that left arm down. Reach that right arm up. So reach, reach, reach with the right arm. Then from here, release that right arm, left arm. Going to come onto the left thigh, and we have a little lean over. So perhaps we might start to feel this stretch here. Just nice and gently down that right side of the body. And then if you want to, you can also introduce that right arm to help with that stretch. Take a few breaths. Nice, everyone. And then coming back to center, draw those legs back in. Have a little sit back on your chair. Make yourself nice and comfortable. And then we're going to finish our session today just taking a few nice breaths. So let those shoulders roll down, let them soften down your back. You can keep your eyes open or closed. We're going to take a nice full breath in through the nose, really feel the belly expand, feel the lungs expand. And then purse the lips as if you're breathing out through a straw and do a nice long breath out. Breathing in. Really notice the belly, the chest expand. Long breath out. And then one more like this, breathing in. Breathe in out. Really nice, everyone. And then just press the soles of the feet into the floor, lengthening up through the spine and the crown of the head. And that is our practice for today. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. I hope that was okay for you all. Really lovely to see you. Thank you for being here today. Nice. Oh, thanks, everyone. Like I say, anyone wants to give me any feedback, how you're finding it, then that'd be lovely to hear from you. If not, don't worry. And I look forward to seeing you again next Tuesday. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much for being here. Have a great week. Take care. See you next week. Thank you. Bye.